It's going to be a lot of money.
Yeah.
Granted, he is an exceptional player.
Hello and welcome to Blue Jays Today, where we always have something to say about the Blue Jays. I'm your host, Adam Peddle.
And I'm your host, Nick Playlock. Yo, you kind of sounded like you were introing to a wrestling match there.
Hello and welcome to Blue Jays Today!
Yeah, exactly. It's like, and entering into the ring, we have George Springer. And across from him, the defensive crazy Jockey Bradley Jr. Guys, that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about George Springer, and we're going to be talking about Jackie Bradley, and we're going to be talking to you about the rumors that have been flying around right now in the Blue Jays community as to us showing interest in them. Before we get into that,
we said at the same time.
Nice. You want this one?
Yeah, I'll go for it. Before we get into it, make sure to hit that notification bell button and also subscribe to the YouTube channel so you get all the updates on all of our new podcasts during this offseason frenzy. Because we're going to be making big splashes.
Big splashes.
Offseason long.
Seriously. And maybe the Blue Jays too. That would be really cool if we make our big splash when they make their big splash. Big
We're going to
cannonball.
splash together. We're going to be in a pool.
We'd love to make a big cannonball splash together.
With Springer and Bauer.
We're having a pool party with Bauer, Springer, and maybe Mike Trout joins in too.
Yeah, Mike Trout, screw it. I'm done with LA.
Fantasy land that we're living in. All right, man. So
let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
Mm-hmm.
Where did this come from? Why are we doing this? What's happening?
Literally, just industry sources say that we're targeting George Springer and Jackie Bradley Jr. These are two outfield players that when we were talking about players that we needed for the Toronto Blue Jays, outfield wasn't really on top of the list. It was definitely starting pitching. Third base still is, and then outfield it still is. But outfield is okay, this is something new, and according to sources. George Springer and Jackie Bradley Jr. Have had a better time in the outfield than all of our outfielders. So, in a way, the move is being made for these guys because we want to increase our defense in the outfield. And not just to mention, not only to mention that George Springer is George Springer and is crazy good.
And, that's the thing. It's George Springer is, I guess, to increase the defense, but that's I don't even know what that's like saying. That's like saying I just bought the Ferrari because it was red. It's yes, there's an aspect here that is absolutely an upgrade on our team, but what someone like George Springer would provide is even more he's a top of the order hitter in anyone's lineup.
Could even be a 3-hitter.
Yeah. Jackie Bradley, not as much. But yeah, I like how you said we weren't really considering outfield being a problem, because when you think about it, you have Lourdes out there, you have oh my gosh, I said Lourdes and then I was about to say Gurriel, but Grichuk, and you also have Hernandez out there as well, and when you think about what they're doing with the bats, that's really good.
I believe they had a combined 39 home runs this season, so it's okay,
that ain't half bad.
That's pretty good.
That ain't half bad,
right?
Adding George Springer to the mix would probably make that skyrocket.
And I'm sure you all remember moments in the outfield, not from Gurriel's side. He had a great defensive year.
Yeah.
But he still ended negative outs above replacement. So the statistics are still saying that he wasn't as good.
Which is literally
weird.
Insanity
it's
to
weird.
me, because how do we quantify that? Because what I was watching on screen was telling me that this guy is elite, and he was literally up for a Gold Glove. Sadly, did not come home with the hardware, but obviously had a great season. So
the thing is, it's that was the big talk. We add this another piece. Not only if we add George Springer, we get a great bat. His expected batting average is crazy at .294. So the cheating didn't do any damage there.
No. Yeah, and just to let's talk about these guys a little bit and what they bring to the table. So I got their numbers like side by side right now.
Yeah.
This isn't much of a game, but who do you think's got the career batting average of 270 and who's got the career batting average of 239?
I would say something funny, but I'd just be stupid if I said it would. Like, of course, it's George Springer.
Yeah,
with
George
the
Springer has
average.
the 270. This is his career slash line: 270, on base of 361, and a slugging of 491. So across the board, super good. His last 2 years, he had an expected batting average this past year of 294. And then in 2019, when he was like lights out, destroying, he had an expected batting average of 288. Put that in perspective, last year he hit for 265. So he was actually getting severely unlucky.
Yeah.
Whereas the opposite was happening for Jackie Bradley Jr., whereas he had an expected batting average of 230 last year, but ended up hitting 283.
Yeah.
So he got very lucky offensively. I think if this would have been a full season, a full 162 games, we would have seen those numbers,
Jackie's
level
not
out.
hitting 281.
No,
and don't expect
no,
him ever
no,
to
no,
be
no.
hitting 281.
No.
But here's the thing about Jackie Bradley Jr. to go off the comments of like, if we were going to add, if we can't get George Springer, maybe our money isn't right. Maybe we want to delegate our money to something more important, like a starting pitcher or a third baseman. I honestly would be okay if we signed Jackie Bradley Jr. as our fourth outfielder because he wouldn't cost as much as George Springer. He would help our defense. And again, like I've been saying, he's a veteran. And he'd bring some solid veteran presence to the team. He's a Gold Glove winner in center field.
Yeah.
So that'd be excellent.
And that's what it comes down to here. Like, he is in the 99th percentile in outs above average. Whatever that means. But very, very good. And like incredible defensively. Whereas George Springer is incredible offensively. Now, I also don't want to put anything bad on George Springer's name as far as defense goes either, because he would be an upgrade on defense over the guys that we have right now. Anyways, like, he's also very, very capable out there in the outfield.
Yeah.
And not as good as Jackie Bradley, but very, very capable of a defensive player.
Yeah.
So there's no knock on George Springer in that regard at all. I think you're getting a much more complete player with George Springer, whereas Jackie Bradley is a little bit more one-dimensional. However, albeit that one dimension being very, very good.
Yeah. And here's a little prediction that MLB said. They actually predicted Jackie Bradley to be going to the Astros to replace.
This was by the MLB like trade rumors.
Yeah. And they projected that he would get a 2-year, $16 million deal. So obviously a lot cheaper. Whereas George Springer, according to SportRack, his market value is about $25.2 million.
And let's face it, he's going to
get more.
I'm assuming George Springer will probably be making on average somewhere in like the 27, 28 mil per year range. It's going to be a lot of money.
Yeah.
Granted, he is an exceptional player. And these guys aren't crazy old either. Springer's 31. Jackie Bradley is 30. So they have a lot of years left of, being in their prime, I want to say.
Yeah. So who do you want? Who would you rather have? Well, that's the question.
Here's the thing. I want to pose to you the scenario, if we get Jackie Bradley, like, is he an everyday player for us? Because we'd be buying him to be an everyday player in the outfield, but then he also, like, what happens to the guys that we have?
See, this is what I was thinking, because you could take, because I this is off the top of my head just based on watching the season, but you could take Teoscar Hernandez out of the outfield. You move Grichuk over back to right field. You put Jackie Bradley, if it's Jackie Bradley or Springer, in center field. And then you'd have Teoscar batting out of the DH spot. Maybe they swap in. Maybe Jackie would then go to the bench, or Jackie, if we signed Jackie, would be on the bench. He wouldn't be starting every day. Springer would have to be starting every day, of course.
Springer is a start every day. But looking at just Jackie Bradley, I like what you're saying. Because now I'm on a tangent thinking, and it's like, okay, we put Jackie Bradley where Hernandez is right now. Hernandez moves to the DH spot. Vladdy loses weight, gets fit, goes to third base. Rowdy Tellez goes to first. Is that what you're saying? Is this what we're...
That's where I was going to go to, yes. It was going to go to somewhere around there. However, like that third base Vladdy thing, it's like, that's still like
That's
up in the air.
part of
Like
the
who
question
knows?
right now,
Right.
You know?
So then another thing is like if you do have Hernandez batting in the DH spot, and then you have Vladdy still over at first, also splitting time in DH. Rowdy then just becomes like a bench hitter, off the bench hitter, and then occasionally coming in to get some reps at first in DH. So
Also could potentially be a good trade piece as well.
exactly. I honestly, I would love him to be a trade piece because he's that extra piece that's just like it's not fitting in right. He's a good player, good hitter,
but it's just not. He had a really nice hitting season in this like very short sample size.
Yeah.
But obviously a lot of power on Rowdy.
Yeah.
Now Springer, and that's the thing about both of these players. Both of these players to me, if we buy them, if we make this investment, I don't want to see them on the bench. I don't. And even though Jackie Bradley, yes, his offensive numbers they're bad. They are definitely bad. He's been batting. He bats every day on Boston, and they're ninth or eighth.
He ended up splitting with Kevin Pillar near the end.
Just because they got Pillar. Yeah,
Pillar was doing well.
And here's the thing, though: we don't have a Kevin Pillar. We don't have that elite defensive player who like that. And I think Bradley would kind of take that over and would probably be an everyday guy for us. And Springer, 1,000%. Like if we buy Springer,
playing every single
he
day.
has to play every day. Like Springer automatically becomes like our best offensive player.
Yeah.
Like our most complete offensive player, proven guy. Like he literally is our best guy now. Like you said, could be batting third, second, first. Like it doesn't even matter. Like
definitely in the top three.
Yeah, top three for 1,000%. But and then that causes the question of like now is Vladdy an everyday third baseman, and that is yet to be seen.
Yeah.
And we're throwing the dart there and saying, are we confident in what Vladdy can do? Are we confident with what? I don't even know who would be first base. But
yeah, like if that's the case, if that would be perfect. If Vladdy could move over to third, Rowdy takes over first, and then you got Teoscar in the DH spot because he doesn't look as comfortable in the outfield.
No.
He's made good plays in the outfield, but then he's polarized. Like he's made some good plays, he's made some bad plays. I think he can get some assists, but
yeah.
No, that would be perfect.
That would literally be like if that is what it is, then if that would be perfect if all of those guys can become comfortable in their own positions.
Yeah.
If Vladdy can go back to third base and he needs to make a big step up because that is like, that's the hot corner. That's like one of the most important defensive positions.
And I haven't seen the stats on Vladdy playing third base in 2019, but like I saw him, he is like, and you can even tell when he played first base. He has third base instincts. He ranged out to his left or right. Granted, not very far ranges, but he can scoop balls. He can pick it. He can make accurate throws. Like he can do it. It's just, can he get a little bit more agile? And
a lot of it comes down to the athleticism, I think. Like if he can be, because and this is, I don't want to knock Vladdy on like his body type or whatever, but you look at a lot of third basemen and they are very trim, very put together guys, Arenado, Chapman, all these guys, and they can make massive plays out there on that corner. Yeah. And if Vladdy can get to that level, then I would be feeling a lot more comfortable moving him over there and then having Rowdy at first and then slotting Springer in because that would literally make our lineup look insane.
Yeah, that would look really nice. So, who do you want, Springer or Bradley?
Well, quickly
decide. Who do you want?
Springer. I want Springer.
Okay.
Right?
But would you take it for the amount of money he's gonna demand?
And I was talking to you about this before we even started this podcast. If we were gonna spend that level of money, I would much prefer to spend it on Bauer. I would much prefer to spend it on Bauer. That's where the big need is.
Yeah.
It doesn't cause us this headache of figuring out who goes where. Do we need to trade someone? This guy slots in, and he is pitching one every 4 days if it was up to him. So I'd much rather have Bauer. However, am I going to complain if we get George Springer?
No,
of course not. I think the management, though, like if they do sign this guy, need to make sure that they're doing it in a way where they are not walking themselves into a deep, dark rabbit hole where we're going to be unable to get the piece that we need to make it to the World Series, or we're going to be unable to re-sign some of the guys that we need further down the line.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, and it's scary because Springer, like, I'd want to command a contract for at least 4 years if I'm Springer.
Oh yeah.
At least. So it's like, if we're gonna have this guy for 4 years, I don't know. Randall Grichuk. Oh, Teoscar Hernandez is up for a contract. What do we do with him? Randall Grichuk's up in a couple years, so now it's like, okay, like maybe Springer comes in, takes over. I don't know. That's a conversation for the future.
Jackie Bradley to me is a much more
It's like a rental. He's a rental kind of guy.
and it's low risk because it's gonna be cheap. We're saying that we trust our guys right now. We're saying that, you know what, Hernandez is like, we're probably going to buy you back. We're probably going to buy Grichuk back, maybe. Whereas like Springer, it's like, maybe he's the guy now. Maybe we do. Maybe we trade Teoscar at that point. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not sure.
Who knows? Yeah.
It's definitely like, I didn't expect this. I didn't expect these rumors. I didn't expect us to be doing this.
Well, I hope like I've been saying before the podcast, I'm itching for a freaking headline of Blue Jays signings or anyone signing anyone. Like, okay, we got Robbie Ray. Cool. Whoopee. We didn't even make a podcast on it. Great. He can throw him maybe in the 4th spot, 5th spot rotation, whatever. He's going to maybe pitch 4.54.
Yeah,
I'm saying it right now, 4.54 ERA.
Yeah, like it's not. If we could time travel and have 2017 Robbie Ray,
Perfect.
Holy, I am ready to go, baby. I'm ready to go. I don't know if he's going to make that.
That's why he's a 1-year deal, because again, the risk. There's so much risk.
Too much risk. Before we wrap this video up, bro, if we did have Springer, like let's just play around right now. So what, is Biggio leading off now?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's put Biggio there.
Okay, Biggio's still leading off. Bichette is 2, or is Gurriel 2?
Oh. This is the headache with DJ LeMahieu.
Yeah, it's like, what happens now?
I think... yeah, go ahead.
Go? Okay. What do you want to say, man?
I was going to say Springer. My gut just says Springer because I'm thinking about Josh Donaldson right now. When we got Josh Donaldson, he immediately started playing.
So I'm assuming, Springer's there. Where is Bo and Gurriel?
Bo's got to be 3rd.
You're saying Bo is 3rd?
Mm-hmm. You know what? Just because it's Charlie Montoya, you know what he's going to do? He's going to do Bo. He's going to do Hernandez.
Yeah.
Then he's going to do Lourdes. And then he's going to do Vladdy. Just because, that's what he's done.
I do.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
is that what I want? Maybe not.
And like the other guys. Yeah, I do think that's what he would do. You know, if this was me, I might go Biggio. Then I think I would go Bo. Then I would go Lourdes. Then I would go Springer.
Nice.
Then I would go probably Hernandez.
Yeah.
And then I would go Vladdy.
And let's just fill out the rest. So like our A lineup, so it'd be Grichuk.
And then it would be Grichuk.
And then it would be Kirk.
And then what? Who's our player?
Who are we missing? We have Gurriel in there? No, we don't.
Yeah,
we do.
Lourdes.
Okay, who the heck are we missing? One around the diamond right now. There's that guy, and there's Vlad, and there's Bo, and Biggio.
Are we missing the DH?
DH would be Hernandez
at this point.
Is that 9? Yeah, that's 9.
Oh, that's 9.
That's 9. Oh my God, that's dangerous.
That would be... No, it's not. It's 8.
Wait, who are we...
Okay, wait a second. Who's at first base in this?
Vlad. Oh, we're missing a third baseman.
We're missing a third or first baseman.
Oh,
Tellez. Except he probably would bat last. It'd probably be like
and then Kirk.
8th, and then Kirk would be last. So it'd go Biggio, Bo, Lourdes, Springer, Hernandez, Vladdy, Grichuk, Tellez, Alejandro, Kirk.
There are no more holes. Where are the holes? I don't see any.
I don't see a single hole in that lineup. Yeah. There's not a single guy who I'm like, I'm unhappy that you're batting where you're batting. You know, like obviously, like would I rather have Mike Trout over some of these guys?
Of course.
Sure. But like if Tellez, if you want to bat in the 8th spot, be my freaking guest, bro. Like
Grichuk and Tellez, like 2 years ago, were around our like 4 or 5 hitters.
They were like our guys, man.
They were our guys.
They were our guys. Like I think I remember some games where Grichuk was 3rd, man. Or like 2nd even sometimes. And like if he wants to chill in that 7 spot and give us the ceiling of 30 dingers down there, oh my God, like, please do me that favor. Do me that absolute favor. And then the way that I look at this lineup is Biggio gets on base, Bo gets on base and also can hit hard. Lourdes is just an all-around great hitter. Springer all-around great, but there's so much power in Hernandez, so much power in Vladdy. It's just like so much.
It's just so much power, man.
So much power.
God, we gotta smack. And we need another pitcher so that when we smack, we don't get out-smacked. You know what I mean?
I definitely know what you mean, bro.
Yeah. So guys,
ideal scenario, in my mind, we this is never gonna happen. I was gonna say we get Springer and Bauer, but you know what might be able to happen? Maybe we trade for Francisco Lindor and also get Bauer.
Yeah.
I think that happen.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down for that. So guys, what do you think? Do you guys want Springer or Jackie Bradley Jr. on the team? Or do you think maybe they're probably going to pass and get someone else? Who else they can get? Let us know in the comments down below.
Yeah, guys. And also make sure to check us out on Spotify, Breaker, Anchor, Radio Public, and Google Podcasts. Also, our Instagram and Patreon. I'm always going to harp on the Patreon.
Oh, right, yeah. Send us money.
Poor and sad.
Yeah, description. Just check it out, guys. Send us $3. $3 and we'll literally say anything you want. Shout out your mom's birthday or something.
Yeah.
Whatever, man. I don't know.
Man. All right. Thanks for watching, guys.
And go Jays go.